A few years ago, I attended my very first Animal Rights March right here in New York City. And when we unrolled the Horse Racing Kills Horses banner, people came out of nowhere to take pictures and video. It was crazy. But then I realized what was happening. The horses used and abused for killing, used and abused and killed for entertainment and gambling, horses who over 150 years suffered in silence and died unnoticed, horses that I was dedicating my vegan life to saving, now had a place in the animal rights world and at this important event. The so-called racehorse was showcased one day a year on national television with fancy hats and mint juleps and parties across the country. But the reality for those horses was hidden far too long. Horses in the racing industry are pushed beyond their limits from the tender age of 18 months, and they are raced at 2 years old. We see in necropsies horses 4, 3, and even 2 years old dying with chronic conditions like osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease. They are confined, isolated, and alone in tiny 12 by 12 stalls for over 23 hours a day. And they are sold over and over again, changing hands from trainers to barns to tracks and across state lines, adding more stress to an already stressful existence. And every moment of their lives is controlled with cribbing collars, lip chains, tongue ties, eye blinders, mouth bits, and whips. And these horses are not even afforded protections from animal rights statutes, meaning an owner or trainer can run their horse into the ground, even to death, with virtual impunity. At Horse Racing Wrongs, we have documented almost 10,000 kills on our website since 2014. And we estimate that 2,000 horses die every year at US tracks. That's about 6 dead horses a day for gambling and entertainment. We're booing horse racing, right, guys? Thank you. This death is also often described as humane euthanasia, but it's not tranquil and it's not peaceful. It's cardiovascular collapse, pulmonary hemorrhage, blunt force head trauma, broken necks, severed spines, shattered legs, and death also comes back in the stalls with things like colic, laminitis, and respiratory infections. Or sometimes the necropsy simply reads, "Found dead in the morning." And all of this, even if we don't watch, attend, or bet, our tax dollars prop up this industry to keep it going. Here in New York State, the horse racing industry receives $230 million a year in subsidies, taxpayer subsidies. But because of you, I'm going to give you something to cheer about. We are making progress. We have protests across the country, and so many of our Horse Racing Wrong team members are here, and I've seen you at those protests. And right now, there is a bill in New York State to redirect the horse racing subsidies to where it belongs, to education and community groups. And also, right now, on Governor Hochul's desk, there is a bill that will stop the transport of horses to slaughter in New York State. So I preach to the choir today to educate and invigorate, to let the horses' voices be heard today, along with all the other animals, the cows, the chickens, the pigs, the dogs, the foxes, all of the animals exploited for human gain as we march to spread the word across New York City and across the world. It all works together. As a vegan for 14 years and an activist for the same amount of time, I realized that our horse racing protest brought the awareness of one species to the hearts and mind of people, but it also brought that ultimate goal of veganism. When I looked around me, I realized that so many of these people who were angered by the death of horses, who came out of their comfort zone to stand and speak up for them, weren't vegan when they started, but they're vegan now. They made that connection that species to species, we are all the same, that no animal deserves to suffer for human gain, whether it be entertainment, clothing, research, or food. Sometimes it feels like we're fighting a war, and we are sometimes, with those cruel and wealthy industries that fight us every step of the way. But we are waking up compassion and we are inspiring kindness. When we open our hearts, love pours out. And that's what we are doing here today. We are inspiring others and we're fueling this movement. So today, I hope we encourage more of our own to be active and join us in events like this. And I hope we inspire millions of people everywhere to open their hearts and go vegan for the animals.